Today we will discuss ammonia. Ammonia, it is represented like this, NH3, and its structure will be here. This is the lone pair of electron. This is the lone pair of electron, and ammonia is a basic gas. It is a basic gas. Okay, and here this ammonia can occur in the free state and in the combined state. Free state and in the combined state. And one thing remember, this ammonia and ammonium salts are not found in the form of minerals. So because this ammonia and ammonium salts are not found as minerals, are found, or you can write occur as minerals because it is soluble. It is highly soluble in water. This can be a give reason question why ammonia and ammonium salts are not found or occur in as the mineral. Okay, so it can be found in the free state. Free state means it is in the traces, some amount in the air or natural water it can be found, and this combined state it can be found in that ammonium salts form. Okay, so this is that. Now we will go for the preparation of ammonia. Let us see this how this ammonia it is prepared in the laboratory. Okay, so for that what are the reactants should be taken. So here any ammonium salt plus alkali give rise to salt plus water plus ammonia. Yes? Now, here let us see what should be that ammonium salt should be taken. Here that most common ammonium salt, it is ammonium chloride can be taken. Any ammonium salt can be taken, ammonium chloride, ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate, all these things can be taken, but ammonium nitrate cannot be taken. I will tell that one afterwards. Here we will go for alkalis. What comes under alkali? Alkalis are NaOH, KOH and calcium hydroxide. All these three are these alkalis. But out of these three, these two are deliquescent in nature. These two are deliquescent. Deliquescent means what? Deliquescent means they absorb moisture and dissolve in it. That is why NaOH, KOH, it is not preferred. Rather, calcium hydroxide is preferred. Okay. So here, what we are using? Ammonium chloride plus calcium hydroxide. It is taken. And what will be the salt along with this? Salt can be calcium chloride plus water. Along with that one, we are getting ammonia. So here 2 ammonium chloride, then water for 8, this one 3, 4. So this one will be 2 and ammonia will be 2. Understood? So here ammonium chloride, this one why it is taken? Because this one will be easily available and cheap. That one also we have to take care when we are taking this laboratory preparation. Any reactant that one we are taking, we have to take in mind that that one should be cheap, that one should be easily available, and that one should be safe. All these three things we have to keep in our mind while going for this laboratory preparation. So this one it is cheap and easily available, that is why it is taken. And here what we are using, this ammonium chloride and calcium hydroxide should be mixed properly with each other, and here this should be means very fine particles should be there, and we know that one when there will be fine particles will be or they are made into the fine particles, reaction will be very fast, so that there will be more surface area for this reaction. That is the way. Okay, so we are taking this one. Write down this one. Now we will go for other things. So here, if I use this ammonium salts, why I cannot use this ammonium nitrate? So ammonium nitrate, this one cannot be used because this is explosive in nature. This one is explosive in nature. Second one, this ammonium nitrate decomposes on heating, and here ammonium nitrate and nitrite also cannot be taken, NH4NO2. These two cannot be used for this preparation. So now let us see what happens when it is heated. Ammonium nitrate, when it is heated, because we are going to do this one, here we have to heat it. When it is heated, we are getting N2O along with that one water. Okay, here, but when we are going for ammonium nitrite, then here what we are getting, nitrogen along with water, 4, so it will be 2. Hope you understand this one. That is why ammonium nitrate cannot be used, nitrite cannot be used. And why ammonium chloride is used? Because this one it is easily available, and this one it is cheap. Okay, should I go for next? Next will be for the ratio what we are using. First of all, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, all these two are rejected, not taken due to its delicate nature. Here when we are going for the calcium hydroxide, this ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide should be in that ratio of calcium hydroxide should be more. Why it should be more? Because ammonium chloride it undergoes sublimation. It undergoes sublimation. If that one will not be mixed properly, or calcium hydroxide will be more, it will not be more amount, then it may undergo sublimation. That is why only it is calcium hydroxide, amount of calcium hydroxide it is taken more. Then what we will discuss, this is the laboratory method preparation. What we are taking here, we are taking ammonium chloride, we have taken calcium hydroxide here, calcium hydroxide. Okay, when it is heated outside. When it is heated outside, obviously we have seen what will be the product. We have this salt plus water plus ammonia. These three will be the product. Here, see, this is the round bottom flask, how it is kept. Round bottom flask is little tilted. What is the purpose of keeping this round bottom flask like this? And because whatever water is produced, the water will not move backward. If it is heated, this condition and it is at the hot condition. If this ammonia goes back, then this glass apparatus may crack also. Okay, and another one also, this ammonia is also highly soluble in water. This is the reason it is kept like this. So now ammonia is formed and ammonia is allowed to pass. So when it is allowed to pass, obviously water part is there, means it is not dry ammonia. So we have to take this drying agent. So what should be the drying agent here? Here, and last classes we have seen, there are many drying agents. There are many drying agents. What is the purpose of keeping this drying agent? Drying agent, it absorbs moisture from this gas and make it dry. So we have many drying agents. We have concentrated H2SO4 as the drying agent. We have P2O5 as the drying agent. We have calcium oxide as the drying agent. Quicklime is the drying agent. Anhydrous calcium chloride also can be the drying agent. So which one we have to prefer for this ammonia? So here what happens? Sulfuric acid, this one, all these are acidic in nature, and ammonia is basic in nature. Obviously acidic and basic, if they are this one will be taken as the drying agent, they will react, so other product will be formed. That is why these two are rejected. What else? Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide, it is basic in nature, other name is quicklime. So here if we are taking this calcium oxide, here this one will be calcium oxide, it will absorb this moisture. And whenever, why not anhydrous calcium chloride? This anhydrous calcium chloride also, when reacting with ammonia, an additional product will be formed. That is why it is also not used. So here calcium oxide it is taken, and this ammonia gas passes, and we have to allow to pass through this drying agent, then it will be collected here. So how it is collected? It is collected by the downward displacement of air. It is collected, ammonia is collected by the downward displacement of air. Downward displacement of air means, so what does it imply? It implies that ammonia is lighter than air. Ammonia is lighter than air. As it is lighter than air, it will move, and here all this will be collected. When it will be collected, it will push all these whatever gases they are outside. So how the gases are coming out? They are coming out by the downward displacement. So this is known as downward displacement of air. Clear? Now how will you know that this jar is filled? So here what to do? If you will take a this glass rod dipped with HCl. For HCl ammonia, ammonia HCl. Okay, glass rod dipped in HCl, brought near the mouth of the jar. What will happen here? Here, this one is ammonia and this one will be HCl. What is the product for? The product is ammonium chloride as the product. And what we know? Ammonium chloride, it is a dense white film. It is a dense white fumes. So dense white fumes will be seen when glass rod, this one will be filled. So when this white fumes will be seen, it is understood that this jar is filled. One thing we conclude that ammonia is lighter than air. That is why it is collected. Now question arises, why is it not collected over water? Okay, this is very important question. What will be the answer? Because ammonia is highly soluble in water. Ammonia is highly soluble in water. This is the reason why ammonia is not collected over water. Okay, here 1 volume of ammonia, 1 volume of water dissolves 702 volume of ammonia. Just see that one, how much it is highly soluble in water. Okay, and here it is normal temperature, 1 atmospheric pressure, and nearly 20 degree, it is like this soluble. Okay, so we got here what the reactant taking, ammonium chloride, calcium hydroxide, main purpose of taking calcium hydroxide is that it is not deliquescent in nature like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and it is cheap and easily available. Okay, and more amount of calcium hydroxide should be used so that ammonium chloride will not undergo sublimation. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next, let us see. So this is another method for the preparation of ammonia. So here last laboratory method we have discussed from this ammonium salt. But here we will take some metal nitrides. So here metal nitride, IDE, obviously N will be there. So it is metal nitride reacting with hot water plus it is warm water. Okay, what does it give rise? It gives rise to this hydroxide, respective metal hydroxide. Here metal hydroxide along with ammonia. Okay, now let us see what we can use. So here let us take magnesium nitride along with warm water. What does it give rise to? Magnesium hydroxide along with ammonia. So here this one will be 6 water, 3, this one 3, this one 3. So this one will be 2, so this one will be 2. Now here another part also there, aluminium nitride along with water, warm water, give rise to, here warm water, give rise to aluminium hydroxide along with ammonia. So here why I am telling this one, just I want to tell you one thing. Usually this question comes, write this balanced chemical equation when a trivalent metal nitride, here this one is trivalent metal nitride, here this one is divalent metal nitride. So question comes, write the chemical equation, balanced chemical equation when a trivalent metal nitride react with warm water. Okay, so this one, children, they usually make mistake here, that is why I am only telling this. And another type also for this, magnesium burns in the atmosphere of nitrogen. Okay, question will be, write the balanced chemical equation when magnesium burns in atmosphere of nitrogen and warm water it is added to to the product. Name the gas evolved. Okay, so here when magnesium react with nitrogen atmosphere, magnesium nitride will be formed. Along when this react with water, then ammonia gas will be formed. So gas will be ammonia. Okay, these are the type of question that board asks. Otherwise, in the school question also, it is a school exam also, it is this such type of question asked. And name the gas evolved. In that case, metal nitride, this hot water or warm water added to metal nitride, name the gas evolved. So this one. Now let us take here what we are using here. We are taking metal nitride, and metal nitrides along with this warm water should be added here. Warm water should be added here. So here this is the metal nitride is taken. Here warm water it is added. So now this warm water reaction will be sufficient. Outside heating it is not required. So ammonia gas evolved. So when ammonia it is evolved, so it will be passed through it. The same process only, it will pass through it. And after that one, it will pass through this drying agent. What is the drying agent taken? Calcium oxide, it is the drying agent taken. Okay, and after that one, it will be collected by the downward displacement of air. So here again this one writing downward displacement of air. Okay, so this one will be collected. Why not with water? Because it is highly soluble in water. What information does it give? It gives it is lighter than air. Clear? And how to know that this jar is filled? A rod dipped with the glass rod dipped with HCl can be brought near it. HCl means hydrochloric acid can be brought near it. If dense white fumes are seen, then it can be seen that this jar is filled, because ammonia with HCl give rise to ammonium chloride. Clear? But one important thing is, this method, it is not preferred. We are not taking, because first I told this reactant whatever we are using should be cheap, easily available, should be safe. Here, these metal nitrides we are taking, these metal nitrides are not cheap. All those are expensive. That is why only these are not used. Means not common. Commonly it is used. Are expensive. That is why this method very seldom, very rarely this method is used. Rather, from this ammonium chloride or ammonium salts, this method can be easily can be done. Now we will discuss ammonia by Haber's process. This one, it is important. It is very important from the exam point of view. And many times board question also it has come. So what to do here? First of all, we have to take nitrogen and hydrogen. This is the flow chart I am telling you. After that I will tell you this equation and all those. Okay, so nitrogen and hydrogen is allowed to pass through the compression pump, and from the compression pump it is allowed to go to this electrically heated catalytic chamber. From this catalytic chamber it will go to the condenser with the cooling pipes. Okay, then this liquid ammonia will be collected here. Which are the uncombined the nitrogen, hydrogen? Again they will come to the compression pump. Now question arises, from where we will get dry nitrogen and dry hydrogen? Now see that one, from nitrogen we will get it from this atmosphere. We can say this one by the fractional distillation of air. Means take air, and from the fractional distillation, depending upon the boiling point, so other gases will be out and nitrogen can be collected by the fractional distillation method. Then how hydrogen we will take? Hydrogen it is taken from this which one we are collected from the Bose process. Bose process, remember, we have discussed in class 9 hydrogen chapter. So hydrogen from Bose process. Here hydrogen we are collecting from a Bose process. Actually this process here description it is not required, but many people they have the doubt what is the Bose process hydrogen will be collected. So here just see that one. Overally I am telling, when this steam is passed over coke, and then coke will be hot, hot white coke, steam will be passed over it, we are getting water gas, carbon monoxide along with hydrogen. This will be the water gas, and this water gas again water will be added to this water gas with some condition. Here Fe2O3 it is that catalyst it is taken, and promoter can be Cr2O3, chromium oxide can be taken. So what we are getting? Carbon dioxide along with hydrogen can be taken, and along with this one carbon dioxide, some amount of carbon monoxide also will be out. So here we have to dissolve this carbon dioxide with the KOH solution, dissolving this entire mixture whatever getting. So carbon dioxide will dissolve in it, and from the carbon monoxide here ammoniacal cuprous chloride solution. cuprous chloride solution. Okay, passing through that carbon monoxide will dissolve. What is left here? Then we are getting hydrogen. This dry pure hydrogen can be taken for this purpose. Okay, so remember this one. Take the screenshot for it. We will go for this equation now. Now we will take that one as, see this one and try to understand this entire method, because this is so very important and easy method also, this Haber's process. Now let us go for this equation. Here nitrogen plus hydrogen, we have seen how nitrogen and hydrogen getting. So nitrogen and hydrogen getting ammonia. So when we are combining 3, this one will be 2. In this case, here this is the reversible process depending upon this condition. Now let me write whatever this catalyst, promoter, temperature, pressure it is taken. Under that condition only nitrogen will combine with hydrogen. You know that one, in atmosphere this 80% of nitrogen there, but under certain condition only nitrogen react with other substances, other gases, because it is inert in nature. So here this reaction also, it is exothermic reaction. Okay, so first of all let us write what will be the catalyst use. What will be the catalyst use? Here finely divided iron particles can be taken as the catalyst. Here it will be finely divided iron can be taken. What should be the promoter? What is the work of promoter? This promoter, it means forward direction. The reaction will be taken as the forward direction. Promoter. Here it is molybdenum will be taken as the promoter. Here some cases also this we along with if we are taking Fe along with that one, this molybdenum is a promoter. Other cases if we are taking Fe2O3 can be the catalyst. Along with that one 1% K2O, okay, and 3% Al2O3. This combination also can be used, but we are familiar with Fe and molybdenum, so let us take this one only. So here catalyst it is taken iron, finely divided iron, and this one it is molybdenum. Then what is the temperature here? Here temperature it is 450 degree Celsius to 500 degree Celsius. So what happens if we are taking more than 500 degree? So the decomposition takes place. That is why only we have to maintain this temperature. Next, what will be the pressure required here? Pressure will be 200 atmosphere to 200 atm to 900 atm. So now question arises, if that one will be more than 900, what will happen? So this power plant, which one we are taking as a production of ammonia, cannot withstand with more than 900 atm pressure. So this is the favorable condition for this preparation of ammonia by Haber's process. Here we have to take, okay. So whatever the condition I have taken, let me write here Fe, this one is MO, and this one can be 450 to 500 degrees Celsius, 200 to 900 atm. This will be the condition where the reaction will proceed. And this one I told, this is the favorable condition. Here whatever nitrogen and hydrogen we are taking, that should be pure and dry. Otherwise this impurities present here, this impurities present will poison the catalyst. So reactants should be pure and dry. Otherwise otherwise impurities present in it will poison the catalyst. So if it is poison the catalyst, what will happen? Obviously the production, it will hamper the production, so production will be less. Okay, so here question arises, from where we are getting these impurities? Here from the Bose process, whatever hydrogen we are getting, maybe there it is present. Okay, so that is why this is the main condition. This should not be having any impurities in it. Okay, now let us see what we are using here. In this condition, higher ratio of this hydrogen, it is used to higher ratio of hydrogen. The purpose of taking higher ratio is that it favors the forward direction. It favors the forward direction. It favors the forward direction. Okay, so here another question comes. 450 to 500 degrees temperature we have taken. Why not more than that? Here the principle is that lowering the temperature and increasing the pressure will be the favorable condition. So here question arises, when pressure increases, for example, this one, it will be some condition, here will be nitrogen, here will be hydrogen there. When pressure is applied on it, it is be down. So when it will come closer, obviously reaction will be faster. So temperature will be less, pressure will be more, then it will be the favorable condition for this. So first of all, initially this temperature is given. Initially this one is heated outside. Afterwards this temperature we have to withdraw. Why? Because it is exothermic in nature. So this one I am writing initially heated. And after some time, temperature means how the temperature will be maintained. Sometimes heat evolved, heat generated will continue the process, and outside heating is stopped. Outside heating will be stopped. Okay, so here then we will go for this pressure. Pressure, this one will be 200 to 900 atmospheric pressure it is taken, because this will be the favorable condition. And here it cannot be too high, it cannot be taken too high or more than 900, because this power plant, this or the plant you can write, or this plant cannot bear or withstand with higher pressure. Okay, question arises, many children they ask, why not it cannot? So every this is, all these are the machinery parts. So all this machine, they have the particular bearing capacity. That is why only it can bear 200 to 900. So maximum it will be 900, more than that cannot be used. Okay, so this one it is for this pressure. Then the catalyst, we have taken this finely divided ion, and molybdenum is the promoter. Here So let us go again for this. So this is the clear picture in front of us. Now let us see this what we can say, this flow chart again. This one will be hydrogen, this one will be nitrogen. This hydrogen, nitrogen, first of all it is to the compressed, it is to the compressed pump. So here compressed pump means here we are applying pressure. Okay, pressure means we are making nitrogen and hydrogen together. Okay, so we are making nitrogen and hydrogen together, compressing this one, and nitrogen, hydrogen, they are coming together. Then what we will see here, here nitrogen, hydrogen, nitrogen moves, hydrogen moves, nitrogen, hydrogen are combined. Here they are not reacted, only they have come closer to each other. Then we will go for this electrically heated catalytic chamber. Electrically heated catalytic chamber. So here what happened, here catalytic chamber is given. It means that one, this compression, through the compression pump, whatever this nitrogen and hydrogen has come, they have to pass through this catalyst. What is the catalyst here? This one will be Fe, MO is the catalyst. And here electrically heated here given, that is why temperature will be 450 degree to 500 degree Celsius. So now gases under pressure, this with this high pressure, they are proceeding towards catalytically heated, electrically heated catalytic chamber. So in presence of Fe and MO, now we are getting ammonia. Understood now? And do you think all over whatever this nitrogen and hydrogen there, all those will combine to give ammonia? No. Along with that one, some uncombined nitrogen and hydrogen also will be present. And another fact also there, whenever ammonia is formed, here we have taken this one as the reversible symbol. Here ammonia formed more than 500, again this one will be decomposed. So it is not sure, we are not sure that one 500 this ammonia will not go for the more than 500. Sometimes it happens, it can go for more than 500, so decomposition takes place. So here along with ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen are also present. Now here nitrogen, hydrogen, still those are at high pressure and those are at high temperature. Okay, so now what have to do? We have to allow this one through the condenser. Condenser. So what is this? This one is condenser. This condenser through the cooling pipe. So here let us take this one will be cooling pipe. So obviously this one it is condenser and it is cooling pipe means temperature obviously decreases. We have to decrease this temperature. Okay, so temperature will be low here. When those are at a low temperature, here all this nitrogen, hydrogen, ammonia, all these are coming. Now in this case, ammonia will liquefy. Here we will collect liquid ammonia. Along with that one, here it will be collected liquid ammonia, and this nitrogen and hydrogen still will be in the gaseous form because they do not liquefy easily. Again those uncombined nitrogen and hydrogen which are present, they will be passed through this compression chamber. Some here we can write, some also here we can write. But whatever it may be, these are will be the same thing only. Again the process takes place. Okay. Now question arises, we are getting this this liquid ammonia, and here this why we are liquefying this one condenser? Because we have to separate ammonia from nitrogen and hydrogen. So I hope you understand this one. Let me rub this so that I can go for the next. Okay, so now Now, what are the techniques? Techniques to separate ammonia from the mixture of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay, so first one is liquefaction. What is the liquefaction? Because we are liquid, means when temperature decreases, obviously gases they liquefy. Decreasing the temperature, gases liquefy. Gases liquefy. So here now this one, it is ammonia, it is easily liquefied. Ammonia easily liquefied. That is why only this is the first method. What is the second method? Second method is also another interesting. Second method is dissolving in water. Dissolving in water. So what happens here? Dissolving in water, ammonia, it is highly soluble in water. Nitrogen, hydrogen not soluble. So when it is highly soluble, it dissolves and nitrogen, hydrogen can be out. So liquefaction. So question comes, name two techniques or two methods how this ammonia can be separated from the combination of nitrogen and hydrogen. First one is liquefaction, second one is dissolving in water. So I hope you understand Haber's process. Now we will see how to prepare aqueous ammonia. Last we have seen the preparation of ammonia. Ammonia is prepared three ways we have seen from this ammonium salts, second one from metal nitrides, and third one from this Haber's process. Now let us see how we will prepare aqueous ammonia. What is aqueous ammonia? Aqueous ammonia is dissolving ammonia in water. Okay, so what it will be formed? Here ammonium hydroxide will be formed. Ammonia plus water give rise to ammonium hydroxide. So here we are, this one is aqueous ammonia. So here what happens? We are taking, this is the procedure for this laboratory preparation. Ammonium chloride I have taken here, calcium hydroxide already taken. We are heating it outside, so ammonia gas comes out. So when ammonia gas comes out, we are allowing this ammonia gas through water. So what is this arrangement? So here this what it can be, just to avoid back suction, as in the same case in case of HCl, this is also same. Here rate of dissociation, rate of dissolving is much higher than rate of evolution of NH3 gas. So what happens? For this purpose, back suction occurs. Back suction occurs due to change in pressure. So what happens? Here ammonia it is dissolving. Here if we are taking this ammonia dissolve in water, so rate of dissolving is much faster than it is produced. So there will be a pressure difference will be created here and here. So this one will be at the low pressure zone, this one will be high pressure because atmospheric pressure also acting on it. That is why this water will flow backward direction and can come here. That is why this method is prevented, and this is known as back suction. And this to avoid back suction or prevent back suction, we are taking this one with the inverted funnel arrangement. Inverted funnel arrangement. Inverted funnel arrangement. Okay, this is the inverted funnel arrangement. What for this one? Just this same case as of HCl to prevent or you can say minimize back suction. Second one, it can be provide larger surface area. Provide larger surface area. Okay, so if we are taking the small surface, here we are taking the small surface, gases comes out. Here some water will go inside, it will dissolve, so that due to that pressure of ammonia it is created, it will come out. This one will be pushed, water will be pushed outside. But if we are taking this larger surface area, what happens? Due to this atmospheric pressure and all this rim of this funnel will be just touching to the water, and the water pushed inside, and they will be mixed with ammonia, and as it moves inside, this part of this water level will be down to the funnel. Understood? So now what happens? Next step, when ammonia will be created here, ammonia will come here. So ammonia will exert a pressure here, so that water again can be come to this container. So that again water level will be here. So again when this water level touches to the rim of the funnel, again it pushed inside, the same process continues, and finally we are getting ammonia, aqueous ammonia or ammonium hydroxide.